said don't do crystal meth in the bathroom all night long.
That's my opinion!
He will never emotionally fulfill you.
Because I don't want to be a part of it.
Go to sleep! Go to sleep!
Close your legs to married men, trash box.
I'll tell you how I'm doing. Not well, bitch.
Who gonna check me, boo?
Welcome to Morally Corrupt. I am Rachel Lindsay. She is Callie Curry. Let's dive right in, Callie. Now, we're recapping Summer House, Southern Charm, and Beverly Hills this week. And I feel like as we're going to start out with Summer House, I have more questions than anything. It won't be a recap for me. It'll be questions. Questions that I have about every situation that we saw on Summer House, which I feel like was such a good episode from so many different ways. But before we get into our Bravo recaps, a word from our sponsor. This episode is presented by Too Good & Co. Creamer. So I love hot coffee, but whether you enjoy your coffee hot, cold, bold, or frothy, I gotta tell you, Too Good creamers make every sip a good one because they're made with farm fresh cream, real milk, and contain 3 grams of sugar per serving. That's 40% less than the 5 grams per serving in leading traditional coffee creamers, which makes for a rich, creamy, and delicious experience. Find Too Good creamers in the creamer aisle. All right, Callie, this is your actually, Southern Charm or Summer House? Which one do you like better?
Oh, that's so hard for me, but I feel like I've answered this in a million different ways. So who knows what I've normally said in the past, but I'm going to go with Summer House.
Yeah, Summer House is killing it right now. There's always the hope that Southern Charm can be different, but I'm very fearful for the future of Southern Charm, which we've talked about on the show. And it's not about Craig saying he's going to leave in that preview of the season. It's just, where do we go from here? Because there's got to be a shakeup. Episode 6, and I feel like we've already been watching 12 episodes, and I say that as a compliment. They've just been jam-packed. Everything's been good. Sierra and Jesse pick up where they left off. I could care less, right? There was nothing there. They agreed to be friends, less flirty, set boundaries. Cool. It's what I want to see. Amanda has her birthday dinner. Everybody dresses up. And we have this conversation where Jesse, who just can't help himself but talk too much. He says too much. He says it in the wrong way. His timing is off. And he proceeds to tell Kyle that Carl is feeling really sensitive about him not investing in his business and then we find out that Carl invested in Kyle's business, which Kyle it's a little shade when he's like, I mean, $15,000. If he wants me to do $15,000, fine. Like, kind of shady, but okay. I'm sure that was the minimum to invest, and he still did it, but whatever. So then Kyle explains why he doesn't invest, and he proceeds to give all the reasons why, and then Amanda seems shocked to know that Kyle didn't invest. And my first question to you is, based on where Kyle is in his life with his business, do you think he should have invested in Soft Bar?
Yeah.
I do too.
I think that if Carl was willing to invest in your business where he was in his life when he did so, you can give up $15K. And if it's $15K, like it's $15K. And if $15K is nothing to you, the way that he made it seem, then why didn't you do that to begin with?
Exactly.
Carl's not asking you to give him a $500,000 investment. It's the principle of like believing in your friend. Like, I think that, and reciprocating. Like, I don't think that everyone needs to invest in Carl's business or Kyle's business for that matter. But if your friend did it for you, and it was a while ago, so it's not like it's like,
in
we're
this
just
state.
exchanging money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, $15K was a little bit more than $15K is today. I'm just saying. $15K back then when Carl gave it, but still. And definitely was more for them individually. Like, he invested in you and like y'all were not popping the same way that you are right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should invest, especially if it's not a big deal like you said it was. And you being like, I just put in $500,000 into my own business. Cool, that's great. Awesome. That has nothing to do with me. And I would have appreciated if I'm Carl, I would have appreciated Kyle fully explaining why he can't. But unfortunately, Carl knows like roughly the amount of money that you make because you guys are in. Well, I'm talking about like from the show and from appearances.
The show. Yeah.
Outside of what Kyle makes from his drink, Carl is somewhat in the ballpark. Like he knows somewhat of what he makes off of the show.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, you can probably give him $15K.
Yeah. I mean,
and up to this point, I mean, it seems like Soft Bar is actually doing pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, I actually have no idea. I'm rooting for Carl. I think we all are. He's got his podcast to go with it. I always see headlines on it, so it seems to be like he's really seems to be good at getting people to open up.
Yeah, have you watched any of the clips?
I've seen some of the clips, yeah, like the Sierra clips. I was like, wow, he's really... I think there's something about Carl because he's really done the work on himself. And if you're a fan of Summer House, you've seen it. You've seen him go through some really hard things. And I think, I mean, we've been seeing it, but that breakup with Lindsay, I think was even more of a turning point for him because he was completely removing things that were not healthy for him. A friendship is healthy with Lindsay. A romantic relationship with he and Lindsay is not. And so I feel like seeing the growth of Carl, he seems to very much so understand himself, and I maybe through that other people. So I think that there's this calmness that he exudes that allows people to open up. Like there's a peace about Carl that I even feel when I watch him on the screen.
I think that Carl has been through some shit.
Yeah.
Carl has been through some shit. He has been insanely vulnerable about being an addict, the loss of his brother, and through his book, even like sexual experiences that 99.9% of straight men would never open up about or admit to. And I think that makes other people feel very comfortable, like owning their own trauma or their own journey and whatever they've been through. And obviously there's like different degrees of it all and whatever. But I think Carl's now being sober and honest and have done the work that you said. It's just so interesting. I feel like he's a very good interviewer. And I would have never thought I would like Carl as much as I do today 7 seasons ago.
Yeah. I mean, I guess people can change when they do the work.
And grow.
When they do the work. And I mean, I'm sure he was always this person. I just think that, we watched him, when he wasn't sober. And that I agree with you with the Kyle thing. I think you can $485,000 is right there with $500,000. You could have done the 15. Plus, he asked you for it before. I think you had to give the $500,000. Also, it did not look great. And listen, he should have given Amanda the gift that she wanted. But when you're like talking about money and all of this stuff, and then you give her this Cartier watch, it's like you not giving the money for Soft Bar was a choice. It was a choice.
Yeah, like you can't give him $15K, but you can spend $10K on a watch.
Yeah, it's a choice. And he should. We're not saying this. We both agree.
He
should.
Yeah.
But it just, on the, coming out of that conversation to the red bag with the red box, it was like, are we all picking up on this? Are we picking up on this?
Yeah.
But, kudos to Kyle. But I will say, and I am not a Kyle apologist, he got Amanda the watch. She asked for the watch. Leave it there. A lot of Amanda's humor, and maybe it's to mask what she's feeling, is wrapped up in belittling Kyle. I mean, she said, I was just watching something where somebody was like, saying they were in their relationship and they were like, I can't help but put you down. Gosh, what was I watching? And they were saying, I can't help myself. I just always want to put you down and that's not healthy, and they end up separating. Gosh, I don't know what I'm watching so much TV right now. I can't.
Therapy?
No. It's not couples therapy. But it made me think of Amanda in this moment. She's like, oh, well, Kyle didn't get the watch for me. He got it for himself, so he get the applause. That may be true. But can we not?
I'm about to say.
Can we not say that
you.
in this moment? I'm sure he did, but just take the watch. Like, I like that she got it and she went off and called her mom, but then she was like, well, we know Kyle only did this for himself. And then she's like, well, if it doesn't work out or when it doesn't work out, I'll still have the watch. Like, I got a watch out of it. And
She
it's
said,
like,
I can leave now, and I know I at least got a watch.
it's like, all right. I just, for me, just take the watch. That humor.
I was fine with her saying that the next day, because she said that the next day at the Wynyard Bindery.
Mm-hmm.
But in the moment, I completely agree with you. Like, let him have a win. This was a win. And it was a win for you. It was a win for him. Just like, let him live. What I will say, though, and what I was going to ask you before you said that, I did feel like, I was like, is Kyle more happy that Amanda's happy? Or did he love everyone being like, good job, Kyle? Because his smile from ear to ear, like looking around at everyone, like telling him how great of a husband he is. I was like, he really needed that.
I'm going to do both.
Really needed to hear from everyone.
I'm going to say
that
both.
He's great.
I want to give him something because what Amanda said to her mom, I said this to him a while back that I wanted this watch for my birthday, and because I didn't think he would get it. And then the mom goes, he listened. So we have to give Kyle something in this moment. He didn't ask Sierra, what should I get her, and then get it. He listened to his wife months later, because she makes it seem like it was a while back. And then he went out himself and got it for her. So I do believe that part of his joy was him being proud of himself, that he did something right for her that she's actually happy about in their marriage. In addition to, yeah, he liked the attention, but we got to give Kyle a little something in this moment.
Yeah, I will give him that credit. And I'll also say that, like, for me, my love language is not gifts. I do like receiving gifts, though.
Mine's not either.
It's definitely like top 3 for me. Probably 3. But I love giving a good gift. Like, I love when I give someone a gift and they love it. And you know that they love it. Like, that feeling feels so good. You're like, wow, I like know them so well. I got exactly what they wanted.
Yeah.
Or like I was thoughtful enough to think of this or whatever. That feels so good.
Yeah.
So I understand Kyle like filling himself with like, oof, I did that.
Yeah. That didn't bother me, but I'm like, oh, Amanda, don't do that. Like, you're funny. You can be funny outside of that. We didn't need that joke, but let's move on to the next thing. Is Bailey okay? Is Bailey okay? I know she's awkward. And I know I've known those people who say the wrong thing in the moment because they don't know what else to say. But to Ben's point, this was the second time you've done it in front of her husband. And it just makes no sense. And so at first I was kind of like, okay, Bailey gets it. She gets that she was wrong. I get the tears. She was embarrassed. It's coming from Ben, who she has such a crush on. But then her waking up the next morning and being like, I'm angry. And as if I do want to give her the space of, she's talked about being in a emotionally and verbally abusive relationship. So I am sure just a man one-on-one talk. He never yelled at her, by the way. She kept saying he yelled at her, which was really bothering me. But it's like that moment, I am sure, was triggering for her and reminded her of stuff. But that was wildly inappropriate and so awkward. And I think Ben had every right to feel the way that he did. And I thought he handled it well.
He was really upset.
And he should have been.
Yeah. I think it's tough because this group is generally inappropriate.
But
right?
Kyle handled it well.
Like Kyle doesn't care.
That's what saved it,
like,
though. That's that's what Kyle's reaction saved it. If he could have been totally different.
Kyle and Amanda are both like, okay, like they're fine. So I understand why Ben is mad because it's not the first time.
Yeah.
If it was the first time, I probably would have been annoyed and like pulled her to the side and been like, don't do that again. Like no more jokes about their marriage. But I can understand Bailey thinking like this group is so inappropriate all the time. It's not that big of a deal. I'm just joking around. Like I make jokes that are borderline inappropriate. So I feel like I could have definitely done something like that. It's the married couple thing is just like, do it about someone who's dating or like, I don't know. Even then, I think it's too close to being true for it to be funny.
I think,
you know what I mean?
No, I don't think it's close to being true. And I
think it's too close to being believable. I think it's too close for
Ben wanting to fuck her.
No. I don't think Ben wants to fuck her. But I think people could believe that Ben wanted to fuck her. Like at the beginning of the season when everyone was like, they're flirting. And I was like, I mean, they definitely flirt, but that's just like their relationship. Like I flirt with fucking everything. So like, I don't think that's a big deal.
Yeah.
But I can understand Ben being like, now you're going to make it uncomfortable for me to be myself.
Yes. It was I think I could write an essay on this. We have to stop calling something a joke just because you meant it to be funny. I almost want, if nobody found it funny, it's not a joke.
Then it wasn't a joke.
So you made a bad comment. And here's the thing, like there was nothing funny in it. It wasn't even funny the first time you said it. You're like, well, he's like, oh, I like a girl with big eyes.
That's fair.
I like a girl with big eyes and a smile. You know, this is what Ben says. And then she's like, oh yeah, Ben wants to fuck Amanda. Not a joke. It was a comment. And your intention was to be funny. So then when you're defending it and she's like, it was a joke, but it wasn't a joke. It was, I know that's what you thought you were joking, but it was so
You're
bad.
Changing my mind.
There were a lot of people online who were defending Bailey. And I'm like, I'm not understanding how you don't understand. He didn't yell at her. He came to her privately. He didn't go to her in front of everybody and shame her and embarrass her. Like, yeah, Mia was listening, but he didn't know that. Yeah, like even when the boys, when he was like saying he was upset about it, when they started laughing at the way he'd said, you know, my mate's missus, he laughed. He goes to Bailey, he confronts her. They agree to like move past it, and that's it. I think Bailey is at this point making it awkward. Even when they go to the vineyard and she sees she might be on that end, she's like, like you said here, you know, she switches places with Sierra, and she's making a bigger deal of it because I feel like she knows it was bad.
So you changed my mind on one thing. I guess it wasn't a joke. Not a single person laughed. And it didn't really go with what the flow of the dinner was going. Like the next morning next day when they play Spin the Bottle and Ben was like, fuck that. If you're in here, you're in here. And Jesse goes, oh, here he goes again, trying to kiss married people. Like it was more... The timing was more appropriate for what was happening. Everyone was drinking. Everyone was laughing. They were playing a game. Everyone was having fun. I thought that timing was fine. Bailey, in the middle of him being like, oh, you have a great smile, being like, oh, yeah, you want to fuck her. It was kind of just like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
But I do think she was trying to be funny. And she let her intrusive thoughts like win. Do you know what I mean? Like
yes,
she was thinking it. And you keep it to yourself.
And that's why Ben kept saying, what's deeper here? And she was like, there's nothing. And it's like, yes, you're saying it because you want Ben to treat you like he's treating Amanda. And to your point, the inner thoughts are coming out. So, and I think Ben obviously knows that. So he wants her to admit that, which she's not going to. But yeah, I like Bailey, but she's, you're new to the group. Ben's new to the group. You don't know each other in that way. Like you've got your eye, you're watching every single move Ben makes. With Dara, with Amanda, it's like with Ben standing by himself, it it's obsessive. And you've got to be like, I need her girlfriends to not talk when she's not around and say, I think Bailey's in love with Ben. I need them to be like, hey, maybe you need to rein it back a little bit.
I'm surprised Levi hasn't.
Bailey sat in that bed and was like, I'm angry. And Levi was like, yeah. And kudos to Levi for staying with her when everybody, went out.
Yeah,
but,
that was very nice.
Yeah, no. I hope they move past that. This last part, I'll let you get to it.
No, wait. There's one more thing I want to say before we get to my favorite part of all time. I absolutely love KJ so much.
I know.
And that moment where Mia came back downstairs and Sierra was like, ooh, Mia has tea. And all three of them were sitting on the couch. I was fucking giddy watching.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the show I want to watch. KJ, Mia, Sierra, and Mia was like, oh, Ben stormed off. And Sierra was like, oh, not Ben.
Ben's got anger issues.
Okay.
Mia comes out. She's like, child. I wrote Mia. I said, Mia, you're having such a good season as a newbie.
Yes.
I was like, you're killing it.
Yes.
I had to tell her. Did you see where Dara was doing with the Page Six podcast? And
did I see it?
They asked her about KJ, and I've never heard somebody say that before. And I want to use it.
That a man can receive.
I want to use it now forever. If you guys didn't see it, Dara's like, they're asking Dara if she's dating KJ. And she says, KJ is a man made by a woman. And I said, wow. Wow.
By the way, maybe like Dara more too.
Yeah.
Because what a compliment. And she said, the reason why she said that was because they said, like, how was KJ when he saw your interaction with Ben and like how you felt about it? And she was like, oh, he was amazing. Like, he listens, he da-da-da, like, he's awesome. And she was like, let me be clear. KJ is a man made by a woman. And I was like, I've never heard that before.
So good. So good and so true. Now, how did you feel about KJ saying he had sex that morning and it was with Dara? Like, I was like, are y'all cool?
Fine with it.
Well, I'm assuming that it's okay with Dara because of what we know of KJ. I don't think KJ would say it without it being okay that it was out there. But when he said it, I was like, no, wait a minute. Are you allowed to get that information out? Because I hadn't heard Dara's comment yet. But then I was like, okay, I'm sure he had her approval because that is what a man made by a woman would do.
Even without that, I was fine with it because KJ isn't acting like he's just fucking this girl.
Yeah.
He is telling anyone who will listen how they FaceTime 24/7, how he totally understand why he misses her. He's like, I know. He's like, I'm not surprised that I miss her this much, this quickly. Like, I love spending time with her. Or how about when they were like, oh my gosh, you bought Yankees tickets? And he was like, yeah, like, I don't really believe in like playing the whole game. Like, if I have time and I want to spend it with you, I'm going to spend it with you. I was like, oh.
And that...
KJ, where have you been for all of my friends?
That is a man made by a woman. So note to self.
Where have you been, KJ?
Don't no longer be intimidated if a man's like, I have a bunch of sisters or aunts or because sometimes it's like, oh wait, all women, that can be intimidating. No, think KJ. Think KJ.
I absolutely love KJ, and I love Dara for saying that about KJ. We haven't seen enough of Dara for me to say that I like her, but from what I've seen, I really like.
Yeah, and
it seems like they're still together to this day, which is so sweet.
Mm-hmm. We like it. That's sweet. Yeah. Now get to the bullshit part of the episode.
There's no bullshit part of the episode, so I don't know what you're talking about. But I don't care if I'm delusional. I love. Okay, this you cannot deny. You cannot deny this, Rachel. Their chemistry is wild. They clearly really, really like each other. Now, I agree with you. I don't think that West is ready.
We've been talking offline about this. We've been going back and forth.
But you've said it. You've said this on this podcast, though. West, as far as we know, does not seem like he is ready for a full-blown relationship. I do appreciate that he has continually communicated that. That being said, I don't care what Sierra says. Sierra could not be happier that that man misses her.
I'm sure.
That's truth.
I'm sure. But
and it's fun to watch.
Oh,
like,
I love to see them flirt. They do have chemistry.
Yeah.
My thing is the protection of if you can flirt and have no feelings attached or not get caught up in it, because the feelings are there. I can't say you don't have feelings, but and not get caught up in it, then go girl. But that's really hard to do when you really care for someone because you know at the end of the day, you want it to be something more. When you talk about a KJ who was like, I don't have time for games. When I want something, I go for it. I'm going to pursue it. And then you even have West fucking acknowledge that in the house when he's like, KJ, you're a good person. And I want to be more like you. I'm paraphrasing it, but he's like, I want to be like that.
Yeah.
And then you have West talking to Ben, and he's like, oh, it's so dreamy. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I'm confused. You know why? Because you're not ready to give her what she wants. You're not ready to commit. So it's unfair of what you're doing. And I could even be, I don't think this is true. But for the sake of podcasting, I will just say what popped in my head with the timing of it all. I'm gonna preface this with, I know they have chemistry. I know they care for each other. It's clear they have feelings for each other. But man, it didn't cross my mind, wow, you're real flirty after the Jesse shit. It really crossed my mind. I'm not taking away from it, but I thought, this guy just tried to make a move on the girl you deeply care for. And now you're kind of like marking your territory about a little bit like, hey, that's mine, you need to back up. You weren't doing all of that before. It's like before Jesse, after Jesse. I'm just saying it's a thought that crossed my mind. I do believe they really like each other, but I just had to share that.
Okay.
I do
believe that they really like each other. I do believe that they have crazy chemistry. I also don't disagree with you.
Ooh.
It's really easy to not be ready for someone, and then you see him with someone else, and you're like, but no, that ain't happening. And I think that may have put a little bit of jet fuel in West's backpack.
Yeah.
And I think it's easier for West if Sierra is dating, like, you know, off, not during the summer, off the show. If he doesn't see it, it's easy for him to keep it moving.
Yeah.
I genuinely think that they care about each other to the point of like them actually being together. But because West does not want to be with anyone, he's not with anyone. That doesn't mean he wants her to be with anybody. And that's not fair.
Right. So, you know, just don't play with her. Don't be a West. Be a KJ. Why be a West when you could be a KJ? And that's really it.
Well,
that's
West is really funny
when it comes to relationships. Remember what Dara said. He's so amazing unless, come on.
Yes.
Come on.
Well, I'm not falling in love with him, so he's amazing to me.
Okay. Let's move on to Southern Charm. I really only have one thing to talk about with this.
Well, we should only have one thing to talk about because the entire show is about Craig. So go ahead.
Well, my thing is, I think Sally is a pick-me. I think Sally is super thirsty, and that's not even a profound observation when we know she was on The Bachelor, she was on Southern Hospitality, and she seems to have landed Three's a Charm with Southern Charm. But when it is revealed that she did tell Charley, I had feelings for him, it's like, oh, this
She
is why
said,
you've been.
I wish I didn't have feelings for him.
Meaning
which
she,
is almost
yes,
worse.
Yes, like I still
Yeah.
have them.
And like I'm sad about it.
And she sends that to Charley before Charley ever goes on a date with him. I understand exactly how Sally has been this whole time. I wish she would have shared it sooner. I don't know. I mean, it's great for TV-wise, the finale, but in that moment, Charley became a tailor. And Sally kind of alludes to it. It's like Sally's the crazy one. She's the tornado. She's wild. She's out there. She's chaotic. But Charley gets treated very precious and
the nice girl.
And they baby her. And we find out that Charley is a bad friend, that Charley selfishly decided to sacrifice her friendship in the name of Craig.
More than that, we also find out, which I guess we'll find out more on the reunion, but we also find out that she was dating other people the entire time, and Sally knew about it, and so that Sally was telling Craig, and Charley was telling Craig that she wasn't. And I guess in the reunion, we see that Charley's saying, I never said I wasn't, but I don't believe Craig with everything. I believe Craig on this because, Charley, you have been lying about this situation the entire time to everyone.
Yeah. Justice for Sally here.
And we have definitely given Sally a hard time. Like, why are you acting like this towards Charley? Like, why are you being so controlling? Whatever. Sally is definitely the dominant personality out of the two. But because of that, Charley uses that to manipulate the situation to make it seem like she's like defenseless and helpless and like, I'm just whatever. When I saw that text message, I was like, that's not good.
No,
like if you
Charley's
guys are quote unquote
sneaky.
best friends, that's weird.
And they were really throwing best friend around this episode. Like I knew they were cool, but this best friend kept going around. Like even Lev was like, it's fine if you keep it private unless it's your best friend who used to date him. It's fine. Like
a week before.
Yeah.
Like just got chickens by him.
I didn't know they were that close. I knew they were cool and she was the closest to her, but not best friends.
I also didn't know like Craig going to Sally, which I feel like the way that Charley acted at this party, like her being like, now I have to go up to him. Charley, you were actively avoiding Craig. Let's be honest. If you saw him, you were walking in other rooms. Like you're being weird. You had done it earlier when you guys were still in Mexico. You were being weird about Craig. And I feel like it clicked for Craig. Like, this is weird behavior. You made me like hide everything all season. Now you're avoiding me, but haven't had a conversation with me.
Yeah.
And so I feel like Craig was kind of like, let me go check in with Charley because 1 + 1 is not equaling 2. Like this is not adding up.
Yeah.
So when he went and started talking to Sally and Sally was like, wait, what? I feel like Craig was like, what's going on here?
It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out at the reunion because you brought up how it comes out that Charley was dating other people. And then Craig had one view of their relationship and Charley had a completely different view. And I mean, we'll never know the full truth. But like Craig was like, we talked every day. On this episode, Craig's like, we talked every day on FaceTime. And Charley's like, no, we didn't. And
No. Charley goes, no, we haven't. Not since Mexico. And Craig was like, yeah, since Mexico.
I thought she said, I think she might have said every other day. Because he goes every day. And she was like, not every day. Like every other.
Yeah, she said every other day. And then he said, at night, we have talked every day on the phone. And she goes, not since Mexico. But even if it was every other day, if you're falling asleep on the phone together every other day, that's not a casual thing.
But it is weird that, and you're right. You're absolutely right. You're giving somebody that much attention. But did you hear how Craig was like, when she's bored, she'd call me? And it's like, well, that doesn't sound good. When she gets bored at night, she calls me. Like, that doesn't sound good. Also, if it was that serious, how do you leave Mexico and not talk to each other? Like, how do you not have any kind of communication if it was that serious? That's weird. That's also weird. If it was that serious.
They had talked since Mexico, just not a lot. like not the same. That's what he was saying. Like the vibes had shifted since Mexico. But I think when Craig said, she calls me when she was bored, I feel like Craig's saying like, she calls me all the time. Like we talk at night all the time. She calls me at work when she's bored. Like, I feel like it was like, I'm the person she calls when she calls somebody. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what he was trying to say.
That makes sense.
But I think Charley is trying to go for the Madison trajectory and never took Craig seriously. Maybe never even liked him that much. He's an attractive guy, so I'm sure she was like semi-attracted to him, whatever. She wants to be on the show.
Why do you think Madison? Like, she's not Madison.
No, not at all. But I think people think that's how you can be. Like, you date one of the main guys on the show, it falls apart, and then you become Madison. Like, I feel like people think that that's something that you can do.
Madison could have her own show. She has a personality. Like, I feel like
a huge personality. But when she
Charley.
first started on the show, people didn't love her. Like, people hated Madison when she first came on.
Yeah,
I would say she's like second to Craig for like fandom on the show.
No, for sure. But we think about it. We really don't know Charley. We got a little bit of an introduction.
Clearly.
And remember when her mom kind of called her boring? She low-key insinuated that, or like, she didn't say she was boring, but she kind of was like the mom seems to want her to date Craig more than she wants to date Craig. The mom's
yeah.
But when she had that first conversation, she kind of was like, don't be so simple. Kind of like I'm going to have to go back and find this episode because I feel like we even talked about it here. The mom was kind of like, be a bigger person. Like, the mom's a stage mom.
Yeah.
The mom is a stage mom. But outside of family, we really don't know. Like, do we know what Charley does for work? Do we know what she does for fun? Her storyline has become Craig. So if you want the Madison trajectory, you need to establish a personality outside of that. Like, we knew who Madison was outside of Austin.
Charley does work at the art gallery. We have seen that.
The art gallery.
But that's kind of boring.
But see,
I love art, but that's like a boring job.
I forgot.
Yeah, she's forgettable. I do think she's pretty. I do think, but like, also Taylor. She doesn't speak.
She's Taylor.
This is not a person. This is not a personality.
Do it again. The face kills me every time.
Like, in the bus, you didn't stick up for your friend Sally.
Yeah.
Like, she has nothing to say in the moment.
She's sneaky. She is Taylor.
Even Vanita, remember, she was like, well, I would be mad if I was Craig too. Like, Vanita's over there, which I do agree with her. But like, you didn't say anything at the dinner. And then the next time you saw Vanita, you were like, are you okay?
She's a sneak. And I think she played her cards wrong. She might be able to come back just because we need something. But if you were dating other people, I want to see that. Why? Like that?
Yeah, but no one would want to see that because we didn't know Craig. Charley at the time.
And because it's Craig. If she was dating other people and it was Shep, they would have loved it. But you're right. Yeah. Because it was Craig. Oh, well. Beverly Hills. I'm looking forward to the reunion, though, with Southern Charm. I will say that. I feel like
I'm really looking forward to the reunion.
Not a lot has come out.
Can I say one more thing about this finale? When Austin like goes off on Craig and was just like, you da-da-da-da, and starts yelling at him. I'm like, so it's okay for Austin to yell at people. Because Craig doesn't say anything. Craig's not like, you're yelling at me. You have an anger problem. Da-da-da-da. If Craig raises his voice, it is like, put him in a straitjacket. He's yelling at people. Blah, blah, blah. That was so inappropriate. Da, 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 da. Austin, you're yelling at like a black tie event.
Okay.
At Craig.
You are a Craig apologist. You are a Craig apologist.
Wait. I am, but I just still think it was very inappropriate how he spoke to Sally in the bus. And I don't like how he spoke to Vanita. Yeah, I don't like how he spoke to Vanita either, but I think that if you're going to poke someone, you have to be ready for that reaction. In the bus, Sally didn't do anything. So like that was insane. And I don't think that Craig should ever have hard liquor. We've talked about that.
No, we have talked about
But
it.
Austin can do whatever he wants and there's no reaction.
This is what I will say. Austin yelling in that moment at Craig, you're right. It was a black tie event, whatever. It makes sense. But it didn't make sense. But Craig yells at Austin's point was that he is screaming and yelling at everybody without any accountability of realizing that it's not appropriate. Craig goes off on everybody, even when there's not even a reason to do it. And so Austin literally only loses his shit over Craig. But like, they can't be friends. Did you watch What Happens Live with the three of them? Because I didn't. But
yeah,
Andy gave that
fine.
disclaimer, but kind of. Because Andy was like, well, we agreed to this before I knew how the reunion and how their friendship was going to go. So he was kind of like, they're getting along to get along. You're going to see something different soon. They're really not in this place. Okay, Beverly Hills. They're in Italy. Maybe I'm backtracking. This is the episode where I just backtrack. And maybe this isn't that much of a backtrack, but I've said before I like Amanda for the show, but I've explained, how we've talked about Amanda. We've been honest how we feel about Amanda. Watching this episode, I need them to get off Amanda. I'm a little sick of going in this.
Oh, God.
I'm a little sick of going in this Amanda circle. Amanda, like, it is what it is. When Sutton imitates Amanda and she's kind of like, you can't be like mopey. Amanda's always I've never seen somebody have such a mopey, dopey look on their face. She's always like.
Her shoulders are always like,
such a, like that frown
Eeyore.
face. Eeyore. Oh, she's Eeyore for sure. And it's like, for you to have the brand that you have, you are Eeyore's finest. Like, I
don't understand
the epitome of it.
She is both people.
Yeah.
Like, you have a brand that's like, you have to, which again, I don't understand. I don't understand it. I don't understand how it works and how she has made so much money, but that's not for me to understand.
Right.
Anyways, she's got enough people following her. And her brand is all basically about positivity, like speaking to yourself in a way that makes you believe that you can achieve, essentially. Wouldn't think that was her based off of what we see when she's, if someone says something even slightly, like even a little bit, I don't want to say disrespectful, but she would, like something that she doesn't like, she immediately is just like, oh, like just like a flower dying anytime. And I'm like, I feel like Sutton, who also doesn't take criticism well, but way better than Amanda, for Sutton to be like, toughen up, that's not a good place to be.
Yeah. It's like the energy is just so, I'm wondering what it's like in person, because you look over at her and she's just like a blob. Like, there's no emotion. It's that same sad frown face look on her face. But I will say, with all saying that though, she's trying to talk to Dorit. Dorit is clearly, like, as Sutton points out, just like disrespecting it, not trying to give you any attention. I mean, for her to just like be like, Bose, are we ready for dinner? I'd rather eat dinner. Fine. Like, she clearly isn't trying to have this conversation with Amanda. But then for them to move into the dinner and it becomes about her interrogating Amanda, it's like, now wait a minute. Amanda can't talk to you, but you can ask her 11 questions. Like, it just, I kind of am just over the Amanda part of it all. I feel like we're having the same conversations over and over again surrounding Amanda. And I guess that's what I'm saying I'm a little tired of. I don't mind them asking about the cult, but like, is it fair that you get to ask her all these questions, but she can't just put this conversation to rest with you, but then y'all still end up kind of talking about it at the table, but you can't do it privately? Just have the conversation with her and say, I don't want to really have a friendship with you, and leave it there. I guess I'm just tired of this storyline and it's getting just a little too stale for me. I'd rather move on to what we kind of got into with the Dorit feeling like she can't tell share with Erica and Kyle. Now that was interesting. When she said, well, I mean, I just don't feel I'm being very careful with who I share things with. Let's talk about that.
Well, I think we're going to get that based off
shift.
of what we're definitely going to get that from the previews that we've seen. The one thing so my friend texted me last night and was like, am I crazy or am I starting to feel bad for Amanda?
Yeah.
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
I know you are there. I'm not there yet. I don't believe 90% of what Amanda says. For some reason, she just like reads
so you don't believe the cult
to me. I don't know. I don't know why anyone would make up that they were in a cult, but I also find it weird that she was like, I'm gonna write a book about it now. Like how she reacted, the whole thing with the cult was just like, what?
Can
like,
I
just
say
threw me off.
something that people might not like? You know why I don't think she's lying about the cult? Because I don't think it's that salacious of a story. When she finished telling the cult story, I was like, that's it?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No,
I was like,
so
you were just in a
you.
really religious thing. And I'm sure they did control every aspect of your life. And I'm not saying that is a cult, right? You can make the argument religion is a cult. That is a cult. But I guess I was like, okay.
Yes. So that's okay. So that is how I feel about it. It's not that I don't think that she was in a quote unquote cult. My definition of cult, I'm not sure if I would have said I was in a cult. I don't know if I would have said I escaped a cult if I were her. Also, how she said the story, like she made it seem like she was a schoolgirl until someone was like, wait, you were in your 20s though. And she was like, oh, well, no, I was 19 and I turned 20. Okay. Like it was just, the cult story is a nothing burger.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
To me, I'm just like, you want to have escaped a cult really badly.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was it a cult? I'm not sure. Was it a good place for you to be? No. Was it a controlling place? Yeah, maybe. But like what I think of as a cult, and this is me personally, I'm not saying like a dictionary definition because I don't even know what it would say. Maybe it is. But to me, like I don't care about this cult thing.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But I do think I don't know if it's like embellishment or lying. I don't know what the word is for her. She just reads like a little fake scammy to me. So I'm just like not into it. I don't feel bad for her. Another reason why I feel like I'm on the right track here, Kathy Hilton, who never wants to say anything about anybody, was like, please shut the fuck up multiple times at this dinner in the nicest way possible. And for Kathy to do it more than once, I was like, yeah, I don't know what was happening at that dinner. Everyone seemed over it. Even Jennifer Tilly was like, not Kathy. Kathy don't ever say nothing. So when she said it, I was just like, yes, please.
Oh, how I've missed Jennifer. Oh, how I've missed her.
Also, who is this random woman that's on this trip?
Is that the friend who just recently got divorced? I think she was Rachel's.
Yes.
Rachel's not talking to her, so I'm confused.
She was dating Simon somebody. Who's Simon Fuller?
Oh, he's like a producer from American Idol.
Simon Fuller. It's Simon Fuller's ex-wife. She's supposed to be a new housewife, maybe clearly a friend of, but like y'all did not introduce her at all. Like we've gotten like next to nothing and then all of a sudden she's on this trip. And
yeah,
I liked when she was like, can you think of it as can you put it into a friendship lens and not a therapist lens?
Yeah.
Like, we don't care that you've done therapy to children. Also, why are you doing therapy to children if you don't? No, I'm like, are you a therapist?
When that popped
Do you have
up,
any degree to be doing that?
Like, when she said that, I was like, did we know that? That's new.
Exactly. So that's what I'm talking about. Whenever she says stuff like this, I'm like, what?
But
Who are you?
I do like it for the chaos, but I am starting to feel sorry for her in the sense of Dorit is being unreasonably difficult to her.
Yes.
And nobody's really checking her on it except for Kyle. And even though Sutton is being a friend to her, she's more so like, come on, you gotta get.
This is how you deal with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I do appreciate. But everybody's just kind of letting Dorit be Dorit.
I saw something today or yesterday. Did you see this about Dorit?
What was it?
That she was like, her house is in foreclosure for like the 900th time, because we obviously see that. And that she's almost $1 million in debt.
I did see that. But that makes sense. If PK really has stopped, PK already was accused of not paying the mortgage.
Yeah.
And if, she says that he's not helping her with anything, she can't afford that. I don't think on a house. I don't know how. It's a multi-million-dollar house, but I think it's like $8 million.
I think it was 6.5.
She can't afford that on a house. Even if she got it on the 3% interest. On a housewife's salary, she can't afford that. Her whole salary is going towards the mortgage.
Well, yeah. On top of like you travel with glam, you wear blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
They have to be sharing the same glam. Like why do we need, this is why I like Amanda too. Like, why do we need glam at a villa in the middle of nowhere?
Well, you know what is interesting to me is, well, it's not that interesting. I guess we all know this, but I'm like, interesting that Sutton doesn't have glam.
I like it.
No, I'm saying like Sutton getting $300K a month. Sutton came up off the divorce. And she's like, yeah, I don't need fucking glam.
Yeah. Like, let me spend my money where necessary. Appreciate it.
And what are you doing?
She's got to be using somebody else's. Or she's got friends in Italy. She could not have flown them from LA. So unnecessary. So unnecessary. That's pretty much it. I mean, we get the bombshell of Rachel being upset. Did you see Bethany Frankel was like dogging Rachel for having that moment? And I'm like, Bethany, be gone.
Why?
Because she had that moment last week with her kids where she was talking to them about the divorce on camera. I'm like, they weren't 5. They clearly were capable of having a conversation, and I didn't think it was that inappropriate, but we'll see what happens because Rachel seems like she might bounce. So,
you know what? I do want to say one other thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give Bose her little flowers. This is a type of trip I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see
even the women seem
a
shocked.
villa with a stage and opera singers. This is what I want. Thank you, Bose.
Yeah, I love that the women are like, I love when they're like, this is our house now, we're not leaving. But the fact that the women are floored at what they are experiencing lets me know how grand this trip is. And the fact that this villa.
Dorit was on the floor about a sauna in her bathroom.
I know. Erica. Was Erica the one looking? Erica's getting annoyed.
It was Erica.
Erica's getting annoyed with Dorit
Erica
too.
was like, okay, Dorit. Well, she's also like shouting her 2 Italian words that she knows. And in the interview, she was like speaking Italian and then she had like, shopping.
I saw that.
That's not Italian.
I was like,
not Italian.
Is it just me or did she say shopping with an Italian accent?
She said shopping. And then at the end, she was like, capiche? It's like, okay.
Did anybody else catch that?
How much Italian do you know, Dorit?
Hilarious.
Listen, incredible that you know a lot of different languages. I wish I knew a lot of different languages. And so, I'm not that big of a hater, but like, let's all rest, okay?
No, what I was going to say, I was going to say, and despite like Dorit having a sauna and them having a theater and getting this beautiful performance and, which I thought, how on point that Bose is talking about the opera and how she's on the board and we're getting this beautiful experience. And she's talking about how it's culture and it's class. And then we have Timothée Chalamet ranting and raving and upsetting the entire arts community. I was like, the timing couldn't be better. But
I don't think that's what he meant, but continue.
Okay. He said it multiple times in different ways, by the way.
I saw the compilation of him saying it. Yes, he has been saying it for years. But I think he means that it is like a lost art. Like people
but he said he
don't care about it or talk about it as much.
But he poo-pooed on it too. That's true.
No, he said he didn't want acting to become that. I feel like that's valid.
Yeah, but the way if that's what
totally,
I get that
the way he said it was horrible.
But he said it snarky. Like he said it in a condescending way. That's fine where you're like,
completely
I don't want
agree.
it to be, he could have said opera and ballet, I grew up with it. It's so beautiful. And I feel like it's a dying art. And I don't want acting to become a dying art too, because I have so much appreciation for all arts. But he did it. He was like, I don't. It was
He was like,
opera.
people know. He said he was like, nobody cares about opera, and I don't want movies to become that.
He said it like a brat.
I know. He did.
But
I just don't think he means that it's like nothing.
Well, too late for that. So
I know.
too
Yeah.
late.
That ship has sailed.
That ship has sailed. But yeah, no, I was saying that they were in this. That she has a sauna. They're in this. They have the theater. Beautiful. Every room is just a masterpiece. And then Amanda and Sutton have to share a room with twin beds. I just was like, that's so funny to me. And then there's them. It's still a beautiful
and
room.
Sutton volunteered for that.
But twin beds, which I appreciate. All right, I think that's it here. Next week, you guys, I'm not sure what we will be covering. I mean, we're definitely covering the Southern Charm reunion. Summer House, every episode is great. So, we'll see. There are other things on. So TBD on that third show, but we'll definitely be giving you all the good stuff.
I want to start watching Ladies of London.
I need
And
to start. I have not yet.
I haven't either, but I'm going to this weekend. Southern Hospitality has been, the second episode was better than the first, in my opinion.
I haven't watched it, but we shall see. Good. They could only go up from there. So that's good to know they're headed in the right direction. That is it for us guys here at Morally Corrupt. Make sure that you join us on Tuesday for our new show where we will have a special guest. Chelsea Stark-Jones will be out. I know I said that last week, but then she came back, but this time she really is gonna be gone. So we will have a special guest host that you guys have to tune in. So you make sure you don't miss that. And then have a safe weekend. And Callie and I will see you again next Friday. All right, guys. Bye.